Hello, Facebook. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, guys. Let me... Okay. How you doing? Hello. Say hi. Hey, Pete Jackson. How you doing, dear? Let me say hi to my parents and to my sister. Ooh, my friends, my lovely friends. Listen, my sister just started her own custom spice company called Of the Season Spices. If you're into flavor, go check her out. She's on Instagram and all them other things. Alright, let me share this out. Share. How you doing with your basement projects, AP Jackson? Alright, right. And then one more. Group King. Yeah. Okay. So these are posted. Now let's get ourselves over to Instagram. Actually, let me put on my Do Not Disturb. Because yesterday or the day before, somebody tried to call me during the middle of the show. Like they don't know what's happening. Like they don't know what's happening. Hey, friends. My friends on Facebook, as you come in, please say hi so I can see who's here so I can greet you properly. Hey, Instagram. Okay. Her worth. Okay. One room done, 3 to go. Congratulations. Awesome. Okay. Hello, Winky. All right. All right. We are getting started in just a couple of minutes. Where is my audio recording device? Had to wipe off the glasses. Hey, Annetta. Hey, Drew. Hi, King Tax Services 18. Tanya, my girl. Friends, if you need help with your budgeting and savings, go check out King Tax Services 18. She does live broadcasts where she gives you tips and tricks. She's also an amazing tax preparer. Go check her out, okay? We are getting started in just a couple of minutes. Oh, you can hear the dryer? Okay, let me turn that off. I'm sorry. Hold on. Look, we are a one-man production here. Thank you for reminding me, AP Jackson. So I'm the type of person I can literally tune out anything. So I completely forgot that I had the dryer going. All right, we're getting started in just 2 minutes. Well, 1 minute. It's 8:04. Thank you for reminding me, AP Jackson. You hold me down, girl. You hold me down. Okay. We've got some cool stories tonight. One of them I found literally right before I came on the show. So, super excited to talk to you guys about it. Okay. Do I have everything here? All right. Yes. Okay. So we are ready. So when 8:05 hits, we can get crack-a-lacking. All right. Yes, AP Jackson, I'm a regular person. I got to do my laundry too. All right. Can't wait to get started. Why am I sweating? It's not that hot. Well, at least not that hot inside. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Y'all coming in? Okay. Oh, it's 8:05. It's time to start. Okay. So let's go. I'm going to hit record and we're ready to get started. Record. Hello. Oh, come on, man. Are you recording? All right. Welcome, Hasten to 39. Welcome. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday through Thursday live broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news, and where you sometimes hear my dryer going in the background. If you are wondering who I am, who's this lady on the internet, I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis. I'm the host of the show and the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help people like yourself get your business paperwork together. So if you need help with things like getting registered with the state, making sure you have appropriate contracts, getting EIN numbers, DUNS numbers, hiring policies, basic brand protection strategies, operating agreements, non-disclosure agreements, all of those things, I help you get them done. Why am I qualified to help you do this? I bet you're asking, and I'm so happy that you did, especially if you're a first-timer. I'm a licensed attorney with a specialization in business formation. Have been licensed for 14 years and counting. I've started multiple businesses for myself and others, both online and offline. I've had many careers in the realms of entrepreneurship, the law, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, excuse me, I am very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everyone as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but a lot of you have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to make it in business, there are just some things that you're going to need to know, okay? And that's just how it works. So if you are in the startup phase of your business, or if you're in the first steps and you kind of need someone to help you come up with a roadmap on what's the next step to take, I am your girl. And how do you get in contact with me? You go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. There you're going to be able to book a free 15-minute consultation if you're a first-time client. You're also going to be able to download the free Biz Launch cheat sheet that will help you choose and start your dream business in 7 days or less. As well, if you feel like you need a little bit more time, so my 1-hour sessions start at 2:47, but I do have a special on Tuesdays where you can get 25 minutes of one-on-one time with me for $25. So there's many different ways to get in contact with me, and I can't wait to interact with you. Now on to the show. So the way that the show works is I pull stories that I find in the news, on blog sites, stories that you lovely people send to me, and stories that my Google alerts send me, and I pull the ones that have lessons that we can learn as business owners, and we discuss them, we talk about them, we laugh, we cry, we do all that. So this is a time for us to talk to each other, to really get engaged. Don't be shy about putting your comments in the box. As you can, I'm very interactive. Hi, Matthew V. So it's a time for us to talk to each other. So don't be afraid to jump in the fray, okay? So we are going to get started right about now, okay? I've got 3 stories today, not just 2. I've got 3. And the first story I found, I literally found this about an hour before I got on here. As you can see, the title of today's show is Michaela Coel Knows Her Worth. If you know who Michaela Coel is, please give me is there a gum emoji? Just give me an M in the comments. If you know who Michaela Coel is, give me an M in the comments. Now, for those of you who may not know who Michaela Coel is, she is the creator and lead actress of the series Chewing Gum that was on Netflix not too long ago. Hello, 76 Grimke. She also is currently the star and creator of I May Destroy You, that is playing on HBO Max. She also played, there's also a movie that she's in that's called Dark Earth Rising, I believe. So if you know who Michaela Coel is, please give me an M in the comments. Hey, Zephyrina. And if those movies don't jar your memories, Michaela Coel, she's a British actress. She's stunning. She has this beautiful dark chocolate skin and these cheekbones that will slice your jugular open, like just amazing features. And she's a very funny actress. Anyway, so Michaela Coel, the first time I was introduced to her was from her series Chewing Gum that was on Netflix, right? It was really funny. It was great. And, I've heard things about her since then. And as most recently, like I said, she came out with this series called I May Destroy You. It's kind of a dark comedy about this woman who's trying to figure out the circumstances around an assault that happens to her, right? Now, this was created, written, and starred in by Michaela Coel. And, she had this pre-existing relationship with Netflix because of Chewing Gum, so she was shopping it around to them. And Netflix said, hey, we want to buy this, but we want the copyrights. And Michaela Coel, she was like, well, I want to keep the copyright to the show that I wrote. Now, remember, a copyright says legally that I created this, whether it be a movie script, a book, a poem, a song, a dance choreography, a sculpture, a painting. Copyrights protect your art, right? So Michaela Coel, she was doing the right thing. She said, I wrote this TV show. Hey, Lareed. She said, I wrote this TV show. Netflix, do you want this TV show? Netflix said, yes, we want this TV show, but we also want your copyright. And Michaela said, no, I want my copyright. And they were going back and forth. And she even said, look, just give me 5% of my copyright. Can you imagine haggling back and forth with someone to give you 5% of what you created, right? So Netflix did not want to give Michaela Coel any copyright rights to her own show. So Michaela Coel walked away from Netflix when she presented I May Destroy You. And now she's starring in it on HBO Max. And I entitled this episode, Michaela Coel Knows Her Worth, because she understands the value of her intellectual property. Why do you, Netflix, this conglomerate, why are you trying to take away someone's copyright, someone's legal right to the thing that they created, when, there's no reason to, right? Mind you, this was $1 million deal with Netflix. So they offered her $1 million for I May Destroy You. And she said, I'll take your $1 million, but you got to give me some copyright. And they said no, and she walked away. Michaela Coel walked away from a $1 million deal. If you would walk away from a $1 million deal, give me a 1. If you would not walk away from a $1 million deal, give me a 2. Okay? So if you would walk away from a $1 million deal, give me a 1. If you would not walk away from a $1 million deal, give me a 2. Michaela Coel chose 1. She said, I know the value of my work. I know that this can benefit me, later on. And this $1 million that Netflix is trying to offer me, it's not enough. Everybody said 1. That hurt. Okay, so you guys would take the $1 million. So imagine what it took. Now, Michaela Coel, she's not broke by any means. She's been acting for a long time, but $1 million is nothing to sneeze at. It takes someone who really believes in their work, who is very principled, who understands their worth, to say, you know what, this $1 million that you're offering me is not enough. I need people to know that this is my work. You need to give me my copyright. And she stuck to her guns, and now she has her show. She has her copyright. It's playing on HBO Max right now. So, yes, I'm proud of her too, Zephyrina. So I want to give a hand clap to Michaela Coel for not selling out. She said money is not enough. I need my respect. Put some respect on Michaela Coel's name, all right? So, totally proud of her. So go check out 76 Gripke said Monique tried to tell. Yes, they did try to tell us. And they still offered Michaela Coel more than they offered Monique. They offered Monique $250,000. All right. Okay. So that was our first story. I literally found that story 1 hour before I got on here. So it really just made me happy. Next story that we are talking about. Has anybody heard of a movie called The Amazing Wizard of Pause? not Oz, the Amazing Wizard of Paws, like puppy paws. If you have heard of the Amazing Wizard of Paws, give me a doggy emoji. If you've heard of the film Amazing Wizard of Paws, give me a doggy emoji. Okay? And just for those of you who may not know, because I didn't know till I read this article, you haven't, Lareed? Okay, Sincere hasn't heard of it. Amazing Wizard of Paws, it is a story. Oh, nobody's heard of this. It's a story about a boy who has an emotional support dog. And then, oh, you've heard of it, King Tax Services? Okay. It's a story about a boy who has an emotional support dog, and then he finds out that his emotional support dog has magic powers. That's as far as I got into the story. It's not for me, but congratulations, okay? Now, Amazing Wizard of Paws was created by this production company called First American Cinema, okay? Hi, TB Moore. So First American Cinema, they create this movie, and, you know, they want to get their movie out into the world, so they start, you know, looking for distribution deals, right? And they find one with two companies, one called Screen Media Ventures and the other Sony Crackle. Does anybody watch the Crackle app? I have watched it. They have a couple of cute things on there. If you have ever watched Crackle, give me a C. There's an app on it on Roku. I think it had its own channel at one time. But if you've heard of the Crackle network that's run by Sony, give me a C in the comments, okay? So First American Cinema, they had deals with Screen Media Ventures and Sony Crackle to distribute their films. Thank you, Sincere39 for the C. Thank you, King Tax Services. Thank you, Lareed, right? So First American Cinema, they said, hey, Crackle, hey, Screen Media, we got this deal. So you guys can play our movie on your network, you know, and we get our cut. Thank you, Zephyrina, for the C, right? Here's the problem. After Screen Media Ventures got the distribution deal with a First American Cinema, they took that movie, Amazing Wizard of Paws, and packaged it with other deals and licensed it out to other networks, other channels, and were streaming it and were not giving First American Cinema their cut. You have Sanyo Roku TV? Okay. Now, what that means in plain English, basically think about it like this. You know how when somebody has their Netflix login and they share it out with everybody, you share it with 4 or 5 different people, right? Now, your Netflix is getting $12.99 a month from the primary, you know, account holder. They're not getting $12.90 a month from the other 3-4 people that have that login. So technically that is lost revenue for Netflix, right? So this is the same thing as First American Cinema. First American Cinema said, hey, Screen Media Ventures, we gave you the right to show our movie. We did not give you the right to go share our movie with other people and not give us any royalties, right? As well as that, Screen Media, Sony Crackle, they played the movie for free on their affiliate channels, and they allowed those affiliate channels not only to stream that movie, but to play ads. So they were making extra money off of the Amazing Wizard of Paws and not giving First American Cinema their cut. So First American Cinema has filed a copyright infringement suit against Screen Media Ventures and Sony Crackle. Look, you have to abide by the terms of your contract. They had a distribution deal that Screen Media Ventures and Sony Crackle could stream this movie on one outlet. It did not give you a blanket license to go give it to all your little friends that they can watch whenever they want, especially if you're not giving me my cut. So First American Cinema, they are suing for ill-gotten profits because Screen Media Ventures and Sony Crackle, they were running ads on that movie, and they are suing for copyright infringement. And this is why it's important to have your paperwork in order, because if First American Cinema did not have these copyrights, they wouldn't have any way to go to court to go and sue for their money, right? But I just want you to understand that this is the intersection of copyrights and contracts. Copyright, you can license the right to your work away, right? But you can do it in very specific ways, and you do that through contracts. And if people misuse your copyright, like they're giving the login to other people, or they're streaming the movie on networks they're not to be streaming on, that is a breach of contract. So First American Cinema is suing both Screen Media Ventures and Sony Crackle to get back the profits, all of the money they made from the people who watched that movie. And apparently it was millions of people according to the numbers. So, this is just a cautionary tale. Don't mess with people's copyrights, and have your copyrights in order. So if people try to mess with you, you can go to court. All right. But, if you have not seen, Amazing Wizard of Oz, maybe check it out. It's not my thing, but, sounds interesting, I guess. Now, does everybody understand? Sincere39 said they still have their own channel. Who has their own channel, Sincere39? But before we move on to our last story of the evening, do we have any questions about that story with the copyrights and the rights to, distribute and things like that? If there are any questions, now's your time to ask, okay? And while you do that, I'm just going to reset real quick to those who may have come in late. They do have their own channel. You're watching NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday through Thursday live broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If you are in the startup phase of your business, this show is for you. We teach you all the legal and business concepts you need to know, but in a plain English way. If you're in the startup phase of your business and you need legal help to get your paperwork in order, I want you to go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. Oh, you watching it now, Sincere39? Cool. There you can book a free 15-minute consultation. You can also download my free biz launch cheat sheet that will help you launch your dream business in 7 days or less. As well, at linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can watch every episode of this show from like when I first started. It was way bad on my YouTube channel. You can listen to the audio as well by subscribing to the podcast at linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. So there are lots of ways to connect with me and see what I'm doing, and can't wait to hear from you guys, okay? Moving on to our final story of the evening, okay? Anybody here know what a Rolex is? If anybody got a Rolex or you know what a Rolex is, give me a watch emoji. If you know, thank you, Zephyrina. If you know what a Rolex is, give me a watch emoji. I don't have a Rolex, but one day I will. The Lord will bless me with one. If you know what a Rolex is, give me a watch emoji. Rolex. Thank you, Sincere39. I got my watch emoji. All right. Now we know Rolexes. These are supposed to be the top of the line watches. They are like, the statement piece. Thank you, Matthew V. Women, we like, jewelry, shoes, and all these things. For men, they don't have as many options. I know a lot of men, watches are their thing, right? And if you've got a Rolex, you got a really nice watch, right? Yes, Zephyrina, lots of money. Well, Rolex, we've actually talked about Rolex before. Rolex is very particular about their watches. They don't want anybody messing with them. Remember, we had that case with La Californienne. They were like changing out the bands and stones and stuff, and Rolex is like, this is not an actual Rolex anymore. All this stuff. Rolex is very protective of their intellectual property. They don't want you messing with the Rolex brand, okay? Now, I am not a Rolex owner or an enthusiast, so I did not know this about Rolex, but apparently there is a line of their watches. Men are wearing bags now. Look, you got to carry your stuff. People are busy. You got your laptops, you got your wallet, you got keys, you got all manner of things. Everybody needs a bag. But yes, so apparently Rolex has a a line of watches that come under the name Submariner. They call them the Submariner line of Rolexes. And supposedly they are the most well-known kinds of Rolexes. I don't wear Rolexes, so I can't say for sure, but I'm sure if there are any watch enthusiasts, they would probably know. Yes, Sincere 39. What do I care if a man is wearing a bag? Yes. So Rolex, they've got, and they actually have a trademark for this line of watches, the Submariner line of watches, right? Here's the problem. There is another watchmaking company called the Frank Muller Group, okay? They also make watches. They make luxury watches. Hi, De Assis Oliveira Jose. And they tried to file a trademark in I don't know if the watches are for underwater. I have never heard of a Rolex being waterproof. Is it? I don't know. Does anybody know if Rolexes are waterproof? Because we have one person who's asking if they're called Submariner because they're for underwater. But getting back to the question at hand. But yes, Frank Muller Group, they are another watchmaking company, and they tried to file a trademark for the word Mariner for their line of watches, okay? The watches, the watches have themes. It's a diver watch, okay? The watches have themes. All right, so apparently Matthew V is a watch enthusiast. So, school us on the Rolexes, right? So Frank Muller Group, they went to Singapore and they tried to file a trademark for the word Mariner for their line of watches. And just like in the United States, when you file a trademark in Singapore, they put the trademark application up for opposition. It's like the wedding when they say, speak now or forever hold your peace, right? Rolex stood up at the wedding and said, I got something to say. Rolex said, you should not, you work in luxury retail. Well, you have a section of knowledge that we don't have, sir. You are welcome in this place. Yes. But Rolex, they stood up they went to Singapore. They said, hey, we got something to say about this trademark application. We don't think that you should let it go through with Frank Muller Group, because we Rolex, our watches are, our most well-known watches are called Submariner. And for you to allow another luxury watch company to have their line of Mariner watches, there is a possibility of confusion in the marketplace. So, I want to have a vote here. How many of you guys think that the Singapore court agreed with Rolex? And how many of you guys think that the Singapore court said Rolex go on somewhere? If you think the Singapore court agreed with Rolex, give me a 1. If you think the Singapore court said Rolex, you're reaching, give me a 2. Because Rolex said you should not allow this Mariner trademark for watches because we have a Submariner trademark for watches. That is the argument. Okay? Matthew 1. Okay, so you guys think that the Singapore court sided with Rolex. Lareed and Matthew and Sincere 31 think that they sided with Rolex. Zephyrina and 76 Grimke think that the Singapore court sided with Frank Muller Group. Well, Lareed, Sincere, and Matthew, you guys are all correct. Margaret thinks it's Frank Muller one. Actually, Sincere, Matthew, and Lareed, you are correct. The Singapore court agreed with Rolex. They said, you're both in the luxury watch business, right? Which is, a small subset of people. It's a small community. So those who are into luxury watches, they really know them. So if you're out there in the luxury watch world, and you know that Submariner, that absolutely 100% means Rolex, when you hear Mariner, there might be a possibility of confusion that this is a Rolex product. So the Singapore court agreed with Rolex, and they denied Frank Muller Group's trademark for for the Mariner trademark for watches. So, do you guys think that the Singapore court got it right? Now that we know the answer, hi Falcon Chris 67, you ain't been on in a minute. How many of you guys think that the Singapore court got it right? Do you think they were right to agree with Rolex? Give me a yes. If you think they were wrong to agree with Rolex, give me a no. Okay? Let me know what you think about the Singapore court's decision. Now, we usually only talk about U.S. courts, but trademarks affect things worldwide. So, we got to keep our eyes open. Sincere39 thinks that the Singapore court got it right. Matthew thinks they got it right. Lareed thinks they got it right. Zephyrina thinks they got it right. Hey, Lorenzo. Matthew V said it's direct competition. Absolutely, because the luxury, my dog is going crazy and I don't know why. The luxury watch industry, Toby, you're being rude. The luxury watch industry is very small, right? So the people who are in it, they know their watches. Sincere 39 said that design's been around. Everyone knows Rolex. Right, everybody knows Rolex, but everybody knows the name Rolex, but not everybody knows the name Submariner. It's those people who are really into watches like that who would know about the Submariner line. Just like Matthew V said, he works in luxury retail, so he knows about the Rolexes, right? So those who are into luxury things would know. Toby's on attack mode, I guess. But yeah, so I'm sorry. Right. I'm sorry, getting back to my point. Everybody knows Rolex, but not everybody knows Submariner. And those who know Submariner, they know it's a Rolex. So for you as a rival watchmaker to try to have your line named Mariner, yes, there is a big possibility of confusion out there. So I agree with you guys. I think that the Singapore court got it. I just gleeked. That the Singapore court got it right to deny the Mariner trademark for the Frank Muller group, okay? But, yeah, so those were the stories that we had for tonight. We talked about Michaela Coel and her turning down $1 million from Netflix because they didn't want to give her copyrights to her own TV show. We talked about Amazing Wizard of Pause and the creators suing the distribution companies for, giving the logins to their family members and not paying the fee. And we talked about Rolex stopping, someone from trademarking a similar name in Singapore. So guys, intellectual property, it is pervasive. It is a part of every facet of business in general, not just American business. Intellectual property makes businesses run. It is so important that an actress was willing to leave $1 million on the table because she wanted the rights to her work. So when we talk about intellectual property, it's not a small thing. This is something that you created. You want to be able to own your creations. You don't want someone to be able to steal or just buy your ideas, right? So that's why it's important to make sure that your intellectual property is protected. And if you need help with that, meaning through trademarks, copyrights, or patents, those are things that I can help you do. And if I can't help you, I can definitely point you towards someone who can get you to the place where you need to be, all right? I want to see you guys win out here in these streets. It's too many people having ideas stolen on a daily basis because they don't have intellectual property on their work, all right? So I want you guys to be smart. Y'all are super smart. Y'all be here all the time. We be talking back and forth. I see what y'all say. You're incredibly intelligent people. Margaret Massey said, I wasn't thinking worldwide. Yes, trademarks, they affect you worldwide. That's why there are treaties to make sure that trademarks apply everywhere, okay? Or you can apply in the countries directly. So I want you guys to be out here. I want you to protect your stuff, okay? And the way that you can do that is I have digital products. I have my Protect Your Biz, video training series that will give you the breakdown of trademarks, patents, and copyrights, plus my ebooks. It's 4 videos, 3 ebooks. It's a lot. The Protect Your Biz video training. Go pick that up if you need help with your intellectual property, okay? So those are the things that I'm going to leave you with tonight. We're actually right at 8:35, so it's time for us to end. I will be back tomorrow with stories, and we'll do a little bit of Q&A. We didn't have time today, but that's okay. I really enjoyed the stories. I enjoyed the interaction. Y'all are amazing. Love having you here every night. It makes me feel really good and makes me feel that, what I'm doing is valuable. So thank you for being here. Now, as we, break for the night, make sure you take care of yourselves, drink your water, get some rest, wash your hands, wear your masks. Don't go in crowded places, all right? Have a good night, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. You're welcome, Lareed.